This is an 1890 Queen Anne Victorian, and you can see on the right-hand side, away from the street, that there's two fairly worn areas to the right and to the left of the downspout, and then some more in the back of the building. And we'll be using a matching mortar so as to not repoint the entire building and just repoint the areas that really need it. This particular side of the building was especially bad, and it made more sense to repoint the entire location. We are underneath the porch right now, and this has been protected since about 1880, 1890. And these are the original mortar joints. You can see that there's a little shelf edge, and the trowel made that edge, and this mortar has essentially stayed like this from day one. Outside of the porch, you can see that the mortar joints are worn. These joints originally looked like those, but they actually now have a groove at the top and a groove at the bottom, where water has essentially worn away the mortar at the joints. Here's a little remnant of the original profile, but more often than not they're actually rounded like that. On this side of the building, we have these pieces of tape, and each of the tapes has a different mix ratio next to it. And you can see that the joint profile, we've actually sort of cut the top and the bottom of the joint to mimic a little bit of this joint here. These are just test patches where we're trying to get the mix right. There's been some water damage on the building as well, and you can see that there's some brick damage. This is where some efflorescence has developed, and then the face of the brick has actually come off. You can see down here where someone put a not very well matched mortar, and it's actually a cementitious mortar they patched in. This may or may not have caused some of this damage. It's a little hard to tell, but oftentimes a cementitious mortar will cause damage on very soft brick like this. Once we complete the removal of damaged mortar and prep the wall, it's time to start pointing. Pick up the mortar, stick it into the vertical joints. We overfill the joint a little bit, and we try to use a little patty of mortar here that's about proportionate to the size of the joint. I have, 3 pointing tools. Almost lost it. Each one's a different size, and as you go along the wall and the mortar joints change in size, you can change tools. So change from one tool to another. Here's a smaller tool. You usually want the tool that's just a little bit smaller than the joint. So this tool fits into that joint rather nicely there. Down here, it's not going to fit anymore. This is a natural hydraulic lime mortar with pigment in it. There's no cement at all. And when the lime has started to firm up a little bit, it needs a quick little bit of compression. And that's what I'm going to do here. You don't want to do this when it's too wet, you'll have a problem. Then, the profile of the joint is simply struck with a tool. I hope you have enjoyed our video on spot pointing with matching mortar. This is a repair technique that can save a lot of money over full repointing, but getting the mortar color to match is very important to the success of the project. To contact us, visit our website, preservationworks.us.